The wheels of industry keep on turning, but what direction will they take in a post-Brexit economy? A1 Foods in North Nottinghamshire campaigned for the UK to leave the EU.
Being a strong country, forcing the British manufacturing, getting the skills back on board, getting the people back on board, not having the restrictions and obviously not being dictated to.
But there are warnings for industry. Before the vote, Toyota and Rolls-Royce both said it would be better for them if we remained. Toyota now says it's too early to comment on what the referendum means for its business here. And Rolls-Royce says its long-term plans depend on what kind of relationship we strike with the EU. There have been threats from Brussels politicians that they'll make life difficult for the UK. But we buy £60 billion a year more from EU countries than they buy from us. A strong incentive for a deal, say some economists.
You've got countries like Germany and in particular Ireland who are really integrated with the UK and for whom it's very, very important for their jobs that they carry on trading. I can't see politicians like Angela Merkel going to their workers and say, well, we're going to put tens of thousands of you on the dole queue just so that we can punish the UK. I don't think that will go down with their electorate.
So what can we do now that we couldn't do before? And how will East Midlands businesses benefit? David Pittam is an economist who thinks Brexit is good for the UK.
The thing to remember is that the European Union is not a free trade area, it's a customs union. So that means that they put up barriers to trade with countries outside the EU. So up to now we've not been allowed to develop trade agreements with countries like India and Australia and the United States. And once we're out of the European Union, we have the ability to develop those deals. And of course that can lead to a lot of improved opportunities for our local businesses.
But what happens to projects which were relying on EU funding? In the areas that voted heavily to leave, there's a plea for a Brexit dividend. The leader of Bassetlaw District Council wants guarantees that schemes which were relying on EU cash will still go ahead.
The country's had its say and voted to leave, but to be honest, this area depends on European funding to drive the economy forward. So I felt it important to write to ask for assurances and guarantees that the funding that we have, the funding that we're working towards securing, what's going to be happening to that, because we need that to make projects happen in our area.
The shockwaves from Brexit are being felt right through our economy, with companies and those in charge of development working out what problems are being thrown up and what new opportunities are emerging. In business, as in politics, right now there are more questions than answers.